Okay, let's try and remember what happened last time. So last time we went to Elpis, and we hung out with Emmet and Hythlodaeus, and we met Hermes and Meteon. Or, that's how you say her name, right? And then Emmet is inviting Hermes to the convocation, but Hermes is hesitant to accept for various reasons. Right, because of the concept of death, which Meteon has also learned. And then Emmet and I think Hythlodaeus don't really understand why it's such a big deal. Also, this time I actually have the convocation robes on, so I'll actually blend in a little bit better for maximum RP experience. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to everyone except for Hermes, and then we'll talk to Hermes and get started. Start with Hythlodaeus over here. Though I see new creation on a daily basis, here they look at them with a different eye. It will be interesting to observe Hermes at work. It has held that all civil organizations should conduct their affairs with total transparency, and the convocation is no exception. But that doesn't mean we are obliged to show our work to unknown entities such as you. Consider yourself privileged, and behave accordingly. This time we'll all get to go for a walk. Isn't it exciting? Yes, Meteon, very exciting. Lives apart. Composure regained. Hermes is ready to return to his duties. If everyone is ready, there are few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward ambystoma. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Alright, let's head on over. See, we gotta head back to the little pond, right? That's what he meant. Looks like it. Let's head on over there. Oh no, wasn't this where we were before? Or I guess we're heading outside. That's what he just said, right? Yeah, there's Hermes. Ah, yes. The Eanthine petaluda, one of the newest species of the ever-popular butterfly. You're still bothered about your robe? Don't be. The few specimens we repurposed won't be missed. All vim and vigor now. When we were discussing his nominations, he was melancholy incarnate. Emmet, please. So beautiful, Petaluda. I hope they make it into the world. Sure, Meteon, I'm sure they will. This here is a new species of Petaluda we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? No. It is the presence of a soul. Interesting. I happen to know about some creatures that don't have souls. Could you please tell me more? Yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Did someone say bacon? Oh, let's go take a look at whatever beacon we're gonna see. Also, let me pull up the Aether current list to make sure. I mean, actually, I can just do this. Yeah, northwest is, I think the next one is like up. The closest one is like up here somewhere. Nope, that's not the right place. What? Oh, yes it is. Yeah, there's one north, like right here, that we'll get at some point. Interesting. You're interesting too. Tell me, how did you find an ambystoma? A fascinating creation, much like yourself, little one. Renowned as Hermes is for his flying life forms, 'tis a rare privilege to be able to see one of his work in progress. We're meant to be observing Hermes, but instead we're stuck with Meteon. Well, I suppose she herself can serve as proof of his prowess as a researcher and creator both. Emmett, please. I know you don't like, oh, interesting. Little lightning sprites. Ah, yes. Lightning Numa. Just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of this operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, that element is lightning, which draws the Numa here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the Numa? I mean, I guess. Not like I can say no. By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Okay. This seems slightly dangerous. Oh, okay, it's a throwing thing. Oh, that was easy. Perfectly done, Brilliant. Look. See how they gather to feed, how they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristics of thinking, feeling creatures. Nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. But it is a soulless and arcane entity, such as the Numa, or an ephemeral life form, such as the Pitaluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Is Meteon an arcane entity? Is Meteon a living being? I don't know which one would be better, but either one's going to lead to the same answer. A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Hey, Hythlodace, can you do me a favor? Those with exceptional vision, such as Hythlodace, may be able to ascertain her true nature. You mean, problem child? But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that's all I need to know. Oh, you're finished already? I'm sorry, I was in the way. No, not to worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head to the morning dew. I need to speak with some observers there. Kind of an ominous name, Morning Dew. Well, it's a play on words, because it's spelled like someone who is mourning. Okay, we gotta head that way. I was thinking we were gonna head, this way. Since that's the way the camera ended. Well, I guess we gotta go over this bridge. And it looks like there is an aether current up top here. So I'll make sure to grab that while we're over here. Yeah, southeast. Should be like right here. 100. Oh yeah, there it is. Is that an NPC? Yep. Let's talk to this NPC since he's just out of the way like this. I love my work, yet at times such as this, the mind wanders. Where might I go? What monuments to man's ingenuity might I see? Had I only the time to spare? Well, that's a bit serious. Let's head back over here. And oh, what are these things called again? Where is it? Gubu. Let's talk to everyone and then continue on. Ah, this fellow has been the talk of the Bureau. The combination of a carefree aspect and endless row of fangs is strangely charming. If you say so. Was there a guiding theme or any method to the madness that is this random assortment of features? It's adorable, but beware it sneezes. Hermes went flying once. Oh yeah, I know about their sneezes.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Oh, there's the flowers.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions.
Right, we learned about this.
In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it.
Okay.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Maybe you should start listening, Emmett.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities.
This does not sound like it's gonna go well.
It is not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path.
Maybe there's a reason for
We could
that.
imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river.
Oh, I don't think this is a good idea.
Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay, I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Enteleki. Like me.
No, I'm just
So,
sundered.
are we the same? Entelekis.
No, I am just sundered. Sure, I don't know why I couldn't be one, no. Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. Oh, wait, that's actually pretty interesting. If I'm thin, that's because Emet-Selch doesn't do a proper job. I want to do that, but that, like, doesn't really make sense.
That sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
You're gonna regret saying that, Emmett.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Enteleki make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis.
That would be really interesting.
And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You'd do well not to underestimate it.
Be interesting if, like, we actually can harness whatever it's called, Enteleki. No, that's with Dynamis. That's right.
Oh
He
dear.
just said it.
I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
This is pretty interesting. Is my Dragoon level 89? No, 88. Okay. Still got a little bit to go. Never before had I heard of Dynamis or Entelekis. I can only assume that Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. No, I think there's something else going on here. Enteleki or no, we're friends, in thinness. All appears to be well. This shouldn't take long. Yeah, well, Emmett's getting impatient, so should probably hurry it up. Their greatest contribution. Emet-Selch appears to be deep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. Emmett, please. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive, given that there is none among the 14 who specialize in the celestial. He would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. Why did you join the convocation? Ooh, that'd be interesting. What are you specializing in? Either one of these would be interesting, although I think it's going to just give me the same answer anyway. Oh, you wish to know why Emet-Selch was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale, of course you would. Ahem. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're to learn about Hermes, not me. I thought he's like, oh, I wanted to tell a story. Not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Emmett, please. What now? I want to learn about the convocation. If you would accompany us, I suppose you should at least know that much. The Convocation of 14 is a governing body that determines a myriad policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right in creation, that our star may know a brighter future. As the name suggests, the Council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by an individual chosen for their surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to either be an authority in a certain field or possess skills that would facilitate the performance of their stipulated duties. The former category includes matron, specialistic in aquatic life, Longreef, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry. Halmurut, specialist in fungal and plant life. Emeroloth, specialist in medicine and healing. And Lahabrea, specialist in creation magics, who has brought forth phantom beings of the highest complexity. As for the latter category, there is Ultima, advocate of the arts. Not even going to try and pronounce that. Champion of the Enlightenment and Rhetoric. Pashad Tarot, preserver of discipline and order. Emet-Selch, keeper of the ethereal realm or underworld in the vernacular. Van Daniel, pursuer of extant phenomena. And Azem, traveler of the world and counselor to the people. What? Should I be revealing such detail to you? Don't be silly. Even children know this much, and you would do well to remember it all. Thanks for the lecture, Emmett. I'll tell you the tale when we're away from sensitive ears. Okay. Sounds good to me. It's like or no, we're friends in thinness, yeah. I heard you first time, Medion. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Empelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it be released unto the world. Maybe you shouldn't. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't doing so well. Why do we know this name? Carabidus? I forget. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main aisle and head north. I swear we know this name from somewhere, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, let's head on over. Looks like it should be right over here. Ah! Oh, forgive me. I thought another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. Why is this one blue and shiny? A serpentine bird or a winged snake? There is a slight difference in etheric balance between these cardifices. By this, it may be assumed that they aren't the original creations, but their offspring. Interesting. I understand there is a problem with one of the Caribids. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Caribids is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born of an etheric balance, leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With this etheric balance leaning towards water, the Caribids would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. You don't know. But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates the vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious to the extreme, and uncouth and unseemly as running around robeless, shameless, shameful. Emmett, please. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that, when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution, Emet-Selch. May I trouble you to move that Cardibus away from its fellows? Somewhere out of sight? His face just reads, "You can't be serious." Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So, have a little faith and run along. Hypodeus. I trust you don't mind. Such bother when we could simply begin anew, but I shall defer to the chief overseer. We must help the Cardivis fly, or else they will die. Aethodeus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought of this time. Emet-Selch is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emet-Selch What? I'm gonna need more details here. We'll have Emet-Selch train it. Yeah, but literally, what? Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see aether currents. And with this, his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you describe, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Brilliant. I want you to go to Emet-Selch. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. Okay, I gotta say something to him. Okay, and then I think I'll just take a shortcut over here. Actually, it might be at the top there, which means I won't be able to get it. There's an aether current up here. And I'm not sure if it... I think it might actually be up on the platform, in which case I can't get it yet. Or I think I haven't gotten this one yet. It says to the 110 to the west, which means... Yep, there it is. Okay. We're good. A little too far away. Okay. Let's head on over to Emmett. Hey, Emmett, I've got a favor to ask you. Oh, yeah, man. Well, are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? Chat mode say... Okay, yeah, /say... I have a favor to ask. Now, is this OU? No. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh, I don't know why Aethodeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Aethodeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emet-Selch. Try it again. Okay. Please. Emet-Selch. This is funny.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
Please, Emmett.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Sure, Emmett. Sure.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Oh yeah, I'll get the popcorn.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation.
Yes, yes, please tell me more.
Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even. Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Helping hand? Emmett?
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault.
To a fault is... exactly.
He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow.
Vina?
Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
Well, it's flying.
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emet-Selch? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Arduous task. Please, Emet-Selch, I need your help. If I didn't know better, I'd say Emet-Selch is enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever deign to admit it. Oh, I doubt he would ever admit anything like that. Look, Brilliant, look how well the Cartibus flies. It's flying. It's really flying. As if it were born to do so. Thank goodness. Well, I mean, it kind of was born to do so. Wave. I have wave here, don't I? Yeah. Emerging from his reverie, Emet-Selch notices you and begins to descend with the cartibus. Oh, crud. I said I have no words to express how thankful or grateful I am. And Brilliant and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The cartibus flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped to achieve this, the cartibus is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need arises. Or they kick them off the cliff and try and yell natural selection. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be better to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. Bruh. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Hermes. I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all my present tasks. Let us return to the Anagornis for now. Well, let's head on back. First, we're on the west side, so... no, okay. There's one, like, right here. But that's a little bit too far. So I'm just gonna teleport back here and we'll finish up this quest. All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Now you have seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all. Of course you did. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help you, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to be done with an impediment to our business. Oh, sure. Sure, Emmett.